This story was told to me a lot growing up, and it still creeps me out. This is also a story that shook my family and their hometown. Because it is so unbelievable, if they hadn't had so many witnesses, honestly, I don't think I would believe it as well. Okay, so in the 50s, my great uncle, Mariano, was a well-respected cop and had just been appointed a higher position in his rank. A day before he was going to marry his wife in the church, he was murdered. It devastated my grandma and the entire family, because he was the favorite brother, the one everybody adored, and was the closest with my great-grandma. My family recalls that because my great-uncle was shot in the face, it was hard to look at him in the casket. Also, I will add that the casket my family chose back then was super nice, and it had a glass opening so you can see your loved one but not touch them. The viewings in my family are for about 7 days. In these days, we pray the rosary at night, we eat and have a live band playing the songs our loved ones liked, and adults usually drink and cry till they can't anymore. My family says that on the 6th day of the viewing and the rosary prayer, and praying the rosary with my family and friends all around, my great uncle Mariano walked into the viewing, and it scared the living crap out of all the attendees. They could not believe what they were witnessing. He literally walked up to his own casket. My family says that it was completely silent. Everyone was in a shocked state, but my grandma snapped out of it, and she walked up to him first. She said, "Mariano, what are you doing here?" He responded, "I tried to leave, but I came back because I have to tell you who did this to me." My uncle's murderer had escaped, and it honestly was tearing my great-grandma apart, not bringing justice to the person who took his life. My grandma then asked, "Who was it?" My family says that then my great-uncle walked up to the mayor's son that was paying his respect to the family, and he pointed his finger at him. "He killed me. Why don't you tell my mother why you did it?" he announced. It was overwhelming because the mayor's son was someone that had grown up with my family. Then my great-uncle turned where his wife and small son were, and he apologized and told them and the entire family he loved them, and then he left. My family did say that they tried looking for him, but just couldn't find any trace of him. They also removed the glass from the casket, but he was in fact there, so they couldn't debunk how he appeared before them. Everyone there was spooked out of their minds, but my uncle's boss had been present this day, and he took the mayor's son to interrogate him, and he did confess to the murder. It was jealousy. He apparently had been in love with my great-uncle's wife, and he had too much to drink one night, and he happened to have a gun, so therefore he killed my great-uncle Mariano. This explanation is a dumbed version, but to be honest, I couldn't keep up with my family's retelling of the story, so sorry. This story still spooks me because it happened way before cell phones were around, and unlike now, there's nothing recorded, but also there was a lot of people present that talked about this incident for decades. It's weird and spooky at the same time.